Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Something, I don't know, something happened.
Okay. We were waiting for your picture.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
So what
Why
did
are
you
you
say
so
about...
big on your camera? I want to be big too. I want to be this big.
You can just hold it closer to
Hello.
your
How are you?
Hey guys, Barry here, and welcome to your gaming station, Nintendo Back Gaming. And please welcome back my friends from Zoink Games. We have God and Alex.
Now my
Why does
artwork
he get
starts
a fancy title?
That's just even worse now.
Sorry.
What a way to start
Everything
off the
is kind of falling
podcast.
apart.
I gotta pick my artwork first. Hold on 1 second. Fancy artwork.
Hey, maybe if you flip it round, it might change.
That's cool. Hi.
So, guys, how are you?
Tired, but...
Yeah. Been a long day today, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, it looks like it's very sunny in Sweden anyway.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, for once.
Yeah, like
That's
surprisingly here for about 2 weeks, we've, well, this is our second week of sunshine. About 14, 15 degrees, it's great. Sunglasses and all indoors.
We had like 19 degrees a couple of days ago here. So.
Nice. All right, guys. So for anyone who doesn't know you, tell us a bit about yourself. What is your position as well with Zoink Games?
Do you want to start, Alexandra?
Yeah, sure, I can start. So my name is Alex, or Alexandra, whatever you want to call me. And I'm the community manager for Zoink. So it's me you talk to on Twitter and stuff if you reach out to us.
And I'm Klaus, and I am the creative director of a few of the games we're doing here, and I'm also sort of trying to run the studio as CEO, whatever that means. But
Try.
yeah. So yeah. So I make games.
Good games too, I must say. Very good games. Now today we're here to discuss your own game, Flipping Death. As you can see behind Klaus, we have some artwork there. Pretty cool, I must say.
Yeah.
And so tell us a bit about the game. You did announce it this year, and like you have been teasing it on Twitter and stuff. Like some images. Is this Stick It to the Man too? Because it's very like Stick It, and you're creating literally the spiritual successor to Stick It to the Man. So tell us a bit about the game. Like, how did the idea come together for this?
Yeah, we kind of call it a spiritual successor because I guess there's a lot of similarities to Stick It to the Man. It was when we were developing Stick It to the Man. There was a part of the game where people were talking about how we were sort of trying to hide secret stuff in the levels, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if, like, oh, what if somebody was drawing on the other side of the paper? What if somebody's written something on the other side of the paper, and then it's like, oh wow, it'd be kind of cool if you could actually look at that side of the paper and see what was going on there. And then from there, I started talking about, like, it'd be cool if you could flip the whole world. And I know there's a lot of games who've done that before, but it was more about trying to create two worlds that were sort of fitted together but still apart in some ways. So so we started talking about that, and I always wanted to do a game about ghosts and ghost stories and that whole kind of world, and so it's just building sort of what we've done with Stick It to the Man and the humor in Stick It to the Man, but trying to do something in a totally different sort of universe. So it's really not it's not like it has. I mean, there's probably going to be, as we've seen in the trailer, a guest appearance from Ray from Stick It to the Man, but they don't really. I mean, they don't really have anything in common, these two worlds, except that they're drawn on paper in a way. So they're in a way two different universes that are quite similar. Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I wasn't there at the time, but I heard Klaus talk about it. We started working on flipping directly after making Stick It to the Man, but then took a break to do like something else. So when I got here, I've never heard of the game, and then suddenly when we were discussing what games to do next, and after some Vikings and all that, Klaus showed me this video. Oh, we did something called Flipping Death, and they had this rough demo of it and stuff. So and then we just decided to pick it up again. So
we did this full. We directly after Stick It to the Man, we went in to do this full demo of the game, and I was sure this is going to be great. It's going to be really good and fun to do. And we worked on it for like 3 months, and we had a pretty nice demo of it. But it was just something that didn't work with it, and it was a bit clunky, and it wasn't exactly the way. It just didn't feel totally right. So we're kind of like, okay, let's just put it on hold for a while and see if we can figure it out. And one of the things we figured out later on was that we built it very similar to Stick It to the Man, where there was a lot of 3D depth, and the 3D depth was kind of hard to work with because to be able to see when you flip the world around, you need to have the world kind of very flat, so you get very close to the characters. But when you build in 3D, they're very far apart, and it was hard to recognize the silhouettes of each object and what they were. That was one thing, and then there was just needed more polish, and it needed more thinking. Sometimes you just run into things directly too quickly, and it needs to sort of lie a little bit to get better, and you have to think about it a second time. The second time you think about it, now I know how I'm going to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it instead. So it was nice to have a break.
You need to sleep on it for 2 years.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it was kind of nice to also have a break to try to do something very different. We were a little bit not tired, but we were very sort of. I mean, the Stick It to the Man has of course that whole adventure. I mean, there's a bit of adventure game in it, similar to the point-and-click adventures, but not exactly that way. But there's a lot of thought going into the puzzles and all. It was kind of nice to. Well, let's just not do a game with a lot of puzzles. Just do something really action, and that's why we did Zombie Vikings. We wanted to try. Let's just do something where just action and that's it. It's very simple. We thought it was simple, of course. Yeah. Of course, it wasn't simple. It was also really hard to do.
Yeah.
As always,
I am, of course, wearing your Zombie Vikings t-shirt.
I can see that.
Yeah, I see that. It's really nice.
And I do have the artwork. Thank you again. Much appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
so, are we going to see any more... Sorry, Alex?
No, sorry. I was just trying to see what
all
the characters were.
I think it's just random stuff.
Yeah.
Brain dump.
Klaus's brain dump.
Yeah. So, are we going to see any more characters from Stick It in the spiritual successor? Because, we have, Ray is there, are we going to see the man at all appear, kind of thing as well? Arlene, even Ted? Or is that
Dr. Braun will be there, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
I think we already. How does that make you feel? I think we already hinted on that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there.
He's out there. Yeah, you're gonna be able to possess the psychiatrist from Stick It to the Man and run around and ask people how they're feeling. And he has a quite cool feature which I won't spoil right now, but it's.
You can tell me funny. After. It's
fine. He's a little bit different, but he's very very cool. I mean, he's one of my favorite characters from Stick It to the Man, so I really wanted to put him back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the moment I don't have a plan for the man, but maybe he'll appear as a ghost, maybe. Because I don't know if he died. That's the question.
Unclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone realizes this. In Flippin' Death, you're playing as one character, but you're technically not, because you're controlling all these other characters as well. Which have different kind of special features. There for. For reading someone's mind, I guess, Stick It to the Man, you're reading someone's mind. But in this here game, you actually get to fully move them. What is it? A guy who's playing saxophone, is it, or trumpet again in the ad?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I'm guessing you can play music with it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to. That's a fun part of it. It's kind of to realize how you can use the different characters and how to control them. So with the trumpet guy, you actually need to. You have one button to do that weird thing you do to play the trumpet, and then you have another button to move the arm. So you kind of need to combine the different control stuff to make the characters work for you.
All the characters are sort of built up as almost like ragdolls.
Yeah,
well, they are actually ragdolls. It's a technical term, of course. What it means basically, they're controlled with sort of physics, And it's just a feeling of if you jump into somebody's body and you would actually be into their body and it would control them as you possess them. Maybe it doesn't feel it feels kind of uncomfortable. It feels a bit unnatural that you're supposed to control them. So it feels a little bit like moving a puppet around, and that's why we put that sort of whole puppet feeling to them, the whole ragdoll physics feeling, and the same thing happens like the guy who plays the jazz player. We call him Miles actually, and yeah, like Alexandra said, it's like you press one button, he blows, just blows the air, so he goes. But you got to figure out, okay, well, if I move the trumpet up and put it to his lips, maybe there's actually going to be music, and then he does that, and then of course if you press different buttons, tilt it in different ways, and then you can actually sort of learn how to play a tune with him. And so that goes for every character has sort of like a little special feature, and you got to figure out what they're good at and what you can use them for. And
they're like your little toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. So going away from like there's no inventory, for example, like in a lot of adventure games, you of course have an inventory. You pick up objects and move them around. And the Stick It to the Man, that was the stickers. But here it's more like the characters are really like the tools. So you got to figure out, oh, if I take the if you take the tennis player and move him over there, I can smack this guy. And if I use the priest to actually throw some holy water on that, then this will happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually. I have all these characters. I'll show you a little bit. I have all these characters over here, so I'm looking at the same time, thinking about them.
Yeah. Are any of these spoilers for us there, or?
I don't think so. This
Maybe I'll freeze the frame when I go back to watch it and see what's there.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
You can also use like the characters just to move around and play around with them. You don't have to wait for the special time in the story when you're supposed to use them. You can just use them to annoy the other characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all react to each other a little bit. So if you pick up the guy with the ice cream and you run around and you smear ice cream in the other guy's faces, they'll get angry at you and run away, or they might actually hit you back. So
or they just like being smashed with ice cream. Who knows?
Yeah, they just like it. It's a good ice cream. So so it's this little tiny bit of sandbox in there. And there's also another thing we're trying out is basically that it's not like the same characters will appear again and again. So after a while, you'll learn what each character. Oh, this guy, the dentist, he's good for this, and the priest is good for that. And then when you get to the next level, the next chapter in the story, you realize, oh, maybe I should use the priest here because that's actually probably how I'm going to solve it.
Yeah.
So we're sort of building up a character base, almost like watching Simpsons. After a while, you recognize them and you realize, oh yeah, this character that I knew before, he can be useful now.
Yeah.
And also building up their story, which is quite fun to play with.
getting to
know them.
learn to know them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, like it seems like there's lots of interaction there. Now, that would take a lot of recording, I'm guessing, voices and stuff. Just like Stick It.
Yeah.
So, like, approximately, like, how many hours you've done for this game so far? For even one person, is there much dialogue for one person? Like for the priest, for talk's sake.
Mm-hmm.
How much dialogue do you actually have to record?
Actually, I'm guessing there's at least probably 15 minutes per character, and there's a lot. At the moment, I don't know how many we're gonna have at the end, but at the moment we have something like almost 40 characters or something like that. So
wow.
Yeah, because you have both the characters' own lines, but then you're actually able to mind read the characters as well. So you also have their thoughts.
Yeah.
So it kind of doubles it up.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. And so in Stick It to the Man, of course, you had mind read, but here we call it like a brain dialogue because it's the main character Penny as she jumps into the body of these people there. She sort of appears in their brain, and she can have sort of like a dialogue with them through their mind reads of through their thoughts. So you'll hear like, people of course think they're going crazy as they hear her inside their head, but a lot of them are just accepting it, like, oh yeah, I think it's quite funny for the priest, for example. He thinks it's God who's talking to him. So he's like, oh, nice, you're here.
Father.
Yeah.
Welcome to my head.
Yeah.
And there's a bad guy who thinks he's finally gotten his evil personalities appearing in his brain, talking to him. So there's a lot of dialogue and there's a lot of fun stuff to listen to, but we're making it a little bit less about mind reading all the characters and a little bit more about playing around with them and little bit, so in a way, there's a little bit more action to it than there was in Stick It to the Man, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and less cutscene heavy. I think more of the dialogue
Yeah.
is in game rather than in a cutscene.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's true.
Now, I must mention Jonathan Cook as well. You know, like I did thank him before, like for coming on the channel, for doing, you know, the whole, you know, video game character interview thing.
Yeah.
Maybe down the line
With
we'll
the
see
seagulls.
Penny come on the show as well.
I think so. If you ask her, yeah,
Yeah.
no problem.
That'd be cool. No, because I'd love to explore more myself of the whole, you know, Stick It, Flippin' Dead kind of universe of characters. You know, like what can I get? Like how can I get the same sort of feel, you know, to the game? You know, like I hope I done that. Something that you'd like, Klaus, with the first one I done with the seagull.
Yeah, that was funny. That was very cool.
Yeah. No, it was tough though. Like it was long because, you know, animating everything myself. You know, just I guess up and down.
Oh, right. Okay.
But no, it was
Yeah.
worth it though. I love the result for it.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, that was really cool. It's a good job. But
Thanks.
I guess it's also interesting. It's interesting to see how it's done, so you learn a little bit what we're going through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, you know, like this game, it's coming for Switch. Did Nintendo, you know, contact you? Did you contact Nintendo? Like, how did it all work out for you?
No, it actually started out with first we were talking to them because I was really interested in knowing what the next console were going to be. And we talked to them a little bit and we showed them what we're doing and after we showed them like Flipping Death, we had a quite early demo. And then I showed them Faye, of course, also, and they got quite excited about both titles. So we didn't know what we were going to do at all, but they actually invited us down. Was it last summer? Quite early on, and they were like, okay, this is going to be super secret. You can't tell anybody. You can't even tell anybody at the office that I was allowed.
We didn't know.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to tell anybody at the office that I could go down to Nintendo. That I was going to Nintendo, and then we had to sign like a tons of contracts and all this kind of stuff that we can't say anything to anybody. And so we got into this room and they basically showed us they weren't showing us the console, but they were showing us just the idea of what the console was going to be. So I quite early on knew that it was going to be a handheld device that could also be played on the TV. And they said that was basically a dev kit, but we weren't allowed to tell anybody at the office that we had a dev kit, which was also quite interesting. So we had to sort of have a special
secret
room
hidden
that was locked.
switch.
Yeah, a secret hidden switch in the office that nobody could see, which was quite complicated, of course. So it was just me and a programmer who knew about it for a long time. So that's kind of how it started. And then we quite early on tried to see if we could get a demo running in the Switch, and we did. And Nintendo was even more happy with that. And when they saw that it was running on the Switch, they said, "Oh well, we're gonna that's why they sort of picked us up and had us with the Nindy reveal because they thought it was a good title to show on the Switch, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like you were one of the first to actually show off the game, you know, on a Switch system. You know, you and of course Image and Form as well.
Yeah.
For SteamWorld Dig 2, but like,
yeah, that's true.
Like the reaction I know was very positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so
very
great. Just when it rolled up, I was online on Twitter and stuff like that, and when it got online, the video, the Nintendo Direct, and I started reading the comments, and they were all like super positive. You're always prepared for some really angry people thinking, this is a lazy game, blah, blah, blah. But there was like nothing of that kind. So it was, I don't know if Nintendo people are happier than other people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like there were more. It was the perfect forum for us. It is really the perfect forum because people are looking for Nindy titles and they are looking for something that's maybe a little bit experimental, a little bit new, that has a new sort of game design. So it seems like it fits perfect to that audience, definitely. So
yeah,
I've been super overwhelmed with the positivity from the trailer and everything. And I personally worked really hard on that trailer. I was actually the one who edited it together and got all the videos done, and I was like, oh my God. And I felt like I put so much time into that trailer that I was like, oh my God, am I wasting my time here? Maybe I should work on the game instead. But then when it was real, it was like, yeah, it was definitely worth it. I was so happy with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very cool.
Like, I don't know if I ever said this before, I guess publicly, but before I done YouTube, right? Like, I don't want to, like sound mean towards it, like indies towards yourself, and other companies, but like, your game, Sick of the Man, was the first game that I actually felt like wow, this is like AAA quality. Like, that's no disrespect towards anyone, but like the standard was absolutely amazing over that game, and it's because because of you guys. I just had so much respect for the indie industry,
Right. Yeah.
But like, it just shows you how much like a small team can do for this, this big game, and just receive so much positive, comments from these people like who love games.
Yeah, we have a really amazing team. When we were at PAX this year, I was really like overwhelmed by everyone. What did you do? I didn't see.
I done this. Teasing me.
Okay. Yeah, but I was just standing in the booth, and people like walked past me and just saw the art for the game and were whispering like, "Oh, look at that! Oh, that looks so great!" And I just feel very blessed to be part of such a creative group of people. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of really super talented people who are putting a lot of work into this game. And it's we're really proud of the team, really proud of the people working on it. And it's weird because I never really thought we were indie in a way, because since I've been in the development for a long time.
Yeah.
For me, it's always been like, I'm just making games, And then people start calling us indies, and okay, well, that's fine too. If that works, that's good for me too. But I never really made a difference between. I've been worked on games that are supposed to be AAA before, and to me, it's always been, well, you just have to do the best you can always,
Yeah.
So for me, there's no really difference. You do as much as you can for the budget you have, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can I ask, what's it like, developing for Switch compared to Wii U? A lot easier, from what I've heard from developers, and quicker as well.
It's at the moment it feels like it's a little bit easier, but mainly because we're working with an engine called Unity.
Yeah.
Which you might know about, and it seems like Nintendo has put a lot more work into actually getting Switch running better with Unity. It wasn't running so well with Wii U, and they even said that in the meeting the first time we got down there. The first time I met them was like, so because that was my first question, how's Unity really doing with the Switch? Because that's super important for us. And they said, well, they always said, like, we're really putting a lot of effort into this time. We're taking it much more seriously. We know that a lot of indie developers really need Unity, so it has felt like it's a lot quicker and a lot easier, and it runs better. So that's good.
Yeah. Now, this year in January, you showed off a teaser of Zombie Vikings running on the Switch. So is that coming out officially, or like, are we going to see more games down the line on the Switch from you guys that you've made?
There will be more games. Right now we're just so busy with Flipping Death and Fae, so we kind of had to put a little bit on the side and sort of wait and see. Just concentrate on, people are so looking forward to getting Flipping Death and looking forward to getting Fae, so we said, like, okay, we're gonna devote all our people to basically focusing on that. But I definitely think there's a lot of people who never played Zombie Vikings, a lot of people who never played Stick It to the Man, who probably could find it again on the Switch, So that is something we want to look into. We're just concentrating on Fae and Flipping Death right now.
Yeah. I guess it's very understandable, because like, they're your priority compared to, a game that has been released, like, for talk's sake, 2-3 years ago,
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps you out anyway.
Yeah, and Nintendo also, they're really eager to get Flipping Death out,
Yeah.
So I wanna support the system, and I know that they need new titles. That's what they really need.
Yeah. Now, talk to us about your ZEO program, you know, and again, like a massive thank you for bringing me into it. Like
Yeah,
it's
no
it's
problem.
something so different, you know, for a company like yourself, you know, because not many people do it that you see. So tell us a bit about it, like for people who don't know what it is. Like, are we going to see it again in the future for some other
Yeah,
games?
yeah, you're definitely gonna see it again. Actually, it's been a bit on the hold for a while, or we haven't been sure exactly how to work with it or how to use the people and how to work with them in a good way. So the CEO program stands for Zoink Executive Officials. So they're like our core fan group of sorts that we
Or a
wanna
core gang,
reward.
you want to call them?
Or our core
Yeah.
gang, yeah, of course. That we want to talk to them because we're interested in what they're thinking about our games and why they play them and what they like about them and what they don't like about them and what they think we should improve. And also we kind of want to reward people who promote our games a lot and talk a lot about our games and help us reach
Yeah.
out to new people.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of the two. And yeah, we're definitely doing something for Flipping Death. We actually discussed this earlier today. So there's going to be a new way to earn your place as a CEO quite soon. I won't say exactly what it is, but it involves designing a character for the game. So I think that would be quite exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a CEO, of course, also you get all of our games and stuff right before everyone else. So it's so you Barry, among others, will be playing Flipping Death earlier than
Yes.
most others.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we are.
So
I mean,
we're definitely
yeah.
giving a new boost soon, and I'm thinking about getting a special Discord chat for the CEOs as well and stuff like that. So there's stuff happening.
Maybe I'll
Yeah,
come over
we're
anyway
already-
and have a go beforehand.
Yeah.
Before you give me
Yeah.
my coffee.
You're always welcome here.
We are actually talking about, especially for Flipping Death, we want to see if we can send out the game to some people to try out, like a trial version or a test version to just
Yeah.
get feedback before we actually release it.
Mm.
Because there's a lot, I mean, just, testing it, and not just testing it, but just giving us the feedback, what they thought was good and what was bad. So there's a little bit of time for us to maybe change some things before we release it. But I mean, I think when we talked about CEO program from the beginning, it was really about, yeah, like you said, we saw these people who are really devoted to Zoink. It was like, how do we actually, we want to tell them that this is a great thing, and how can we give something back to these people?
Yeah.
And in Zombie Vikings, you could actually get your character in there in the game, and we made special drawings in Zombie Vikings, so the CEOs were standing in the background of the game, and
Yeah.
we're trying, like you said, we're doing this. It's a little bit more complicated for Flipping Death because each character takes a lot of time to create since they are
There's no
interactive.
background characters.
There's no real background characters. Everyone is really important. But there's other things we're talking about, like you can get your name on a gravestone,
Yeah.
or become like there's a lot of little cute houses. Maybe there's paintings of the CEOs inside the houses itself, or
Your
statues.
little portrait.
Yeah. Like actually, that'd be cool. Like find this kind of secret house that you don't see, and all these kind of portraits. Like a big hallway or something. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like in
The club.
Stickage, where you can find the Zoink house.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. We would have a club of CEOs or something like that. The clubhouse of CEOs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next month we have the biggest gaming event of the year, E3. Have you any plans to actually go over there? Are you looking forward to anything, any games, that's not related to Zoink Games or what?
I don't think we'll be going this year actually. Last year I went up on stage to present Faye.
Yeah.
Of course. At the
Biggest
EA
shock
Play
of
thing.
the day, but anyway.
We were
But,
so nervous.
I was so nervous. Oh my god. Actually, yeah, it was horrible. but this year I'll be spared from that. I don't. Well, we'll see. As it looks like right now, I don't think we'll have any big announcements for this year. So I think we're just gonna stay home and try to develop games instead.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show from afar.
Yeah, exactly. Far, far away.
Yeah. Now, is there anything you're looking forward to from any other developer like Naughty Dog or something, or EA or Activision.
The one big thing I'm looking for, or I'm hoping, will be revealed is Animal Crossing for the Switch.
Oh, if that doesn't happen, I'm just, it's like, why even bother anymore? Just
yeah, exactly. I just need it. I just want it. So
yeah,
if they, I haven't played the what was the name of the one they released, the party game, Animal Crossing party game for.
Oh, the Amiibo Festival, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. I don't care for that. I just want a new real game.
The real Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I could actually, I would enjoy that too. Actually, definitely. I mean, I don't know. For me, E3 has turned more and more into like the AAA giant games, and I'm not that interested by them. So, of course, some of the big Nintendo titles are interesting, but I haven't really thought about E3 yet. Actually, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, anyway, it's interesting because it's Nintendo's first E3 where the Switch is actually known for what it is and what we'll see for this year and maybe next year, hopefully. And, we're getting new hardware as well from Xbox, the Scorpio. We're going to, I'm guessing, see the reveal of what it actually is and the name and stuff. But, yeah, like, I'm looking forward to, I'm hoping Naughty Dog will show off The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know, but hopefully, I just think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So, have you got many games yourself, guys, for the Switch? Actually, like, what kind of Joy-Cons have you got? Like a blue and red? Have you got all grey yourself?
Blue and red. I think they're much fancier.
Yeah, I like the blue and red.
I know a guy at the office who ordered the black ones, and he just said to me at lunch he regrets it.
Yeah, he regrets it. Yeah, I saw it the other day. I was like, it looks like, because the dev kit, when you have a Nintendo Switch dev kit, they're actually just gray, so they look a lot like the gray. And they're just like, oh, you're working on it. They look kind of boring, You want to have the one with the color.
Boring. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Thanks. Now,
also, I need something colorful so I can find them in the bag and stuff. Otherwise, they're gonna get lost in my living room. I need to see them clearly from afar.
And like the reason why I got the grey one is because, like, if I get a blue and red one like yous have, it means that, like, if I want 2 red, I'll have to buy another Joy-Con. Just kind of match it up. And that's more money spent.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
I just can't be bothered,
Yeah, I hope
you can
they
just
release,
paint the ones you have.
That's actually something I hope they release at E3, talking about more apparels. I mean, maybe they release different colors?
Yeah.
Or themed switches. That would be kind of interesting. I just want to have.
I wasn't really impressed with the yellow Joy-Cons. I thought they looked quite ugly.
Yeah.
They're okay, but I don't know, like, they're a bit like too highlighty, if you get me, too bright or something.
Very.
I'm getting the feeling we're going to see maybe an orange and a purple one, just to kind of, for Splatoon when it comes out. Yeah.
Right.
That's my guess, but I don't know. Oh yeah, Alex, did you buy Mario Kart after all for the Switch?
Yeah, I did. I already had it for the Wii U, so I was like, oh, I don't want to buy it again. But everyone was talking about getting it and playing at the office, and I didn't want to be left out. So.
Peer pressure.
I spent $55 to have friends.
Just to be part of the group.
Peer pressure. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. We actually played today and yesterday at lunch, docked it up to our TV, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, cool. Klaus, what about you?
I haven't bought it yet, no. I'm still playing Zelda at home.
Yeah. Now, can I ask, is it possible to play game cards in the dev kit? Like as a normal system?
No.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure of that, actually. So... No, they're quite restricted to only development, and I think the idea is that if somebody would lose it or something like that, then it would be like basically, oh, here's the dev kit, but I can't use it for anything. I can't even check out anything on it. It's not worth anything except for a developer.
Yeah. If Nintendo don't release anything of Mario Odyssey at E3, I'm just going to go ape over the whole thing. Like, they need to show something, because they haven't showed that much about it.
Yeah, no. When is that releasing? Is it
apparently Christmas, but it could be November, December, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite soon.
Yeah. I don't know. So, okay, so I do actually have the surprise here if you want to see it now, Klaus, for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually did...
Are you scared, Klaus?
Are you
A
scared?
little bit, yeah. Not really.
And how does that make you feel?
Good.
Okay, so you did see Stick It to the
You look
Man.
like you're hiding something.
Yeah,
Okay.
hold on.
Yeah.
You know I got that. Zombie Vikings I do have. Now, I actually did mention this just not too long ago on the podcast.
Oh.
Look what I got. I got the Core Gang.
Whoa, that's cool. Excellent. Wow.
You have no idea how hard it was to get this, brand new and sealed online.
It is, isn't it?
Is
Where
it
did you
mint
get
condition?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do an unboxing and do it for the channel.
that? And is it the English version? Is it
Oh,
actually-
English, yeah. Like on the top here, civilization is threatened by creatures not from outer space. On the back of it, but yeah. Who's
Cool.
Pixonauts? That's the publisher, I'm guessing. Yeah, for Europe.
I think it is in Europe. In Europe, yeah, it's Pixonauts. Yeah.
And was it Atari in America?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I can't wait to play this. No, because I wanted to, do this podcast and show you before I actually unboxed it.
Right.
So I've had it for over maybe 2 months in my press, waiting for you.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, how did you get? Did you get through eBay or
eBay? I think so. Yeah.
Amazon? Yeah.
Yeah. I know we actually sold a copy on eBay like 2 weeks ago when me and Michael did a podcast because we started talking about the game and the hosts, they checked it out on YouTube and they were like, oh, what is this? I need to buy it. And they bought it during the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's
So it's a peak of interest right now for Core Gang.
Yeah.
It's a very special project. It's kind of like a learning project for me. It's my first own project, and it took forever to get developed. So there's a lot of tears in that project, but I'm also happy that it's out.
Is it like a love-hate relationship?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I kind of like when I see it, I go, oh.
They thought we should do a remake, an HD remake, and release it for the Switch.
Forget it. Never, ever, never. I'm gonna don't touch that. No.
You heard it here, folks.
No. No way.
Now, actually wondering, do you have a soundtrack released to this game? Because I'm big into video game soundtracks, for just downloading them and stuff.
Actually, I think there's a soundtrack for that one. I'm pretty sure there's a soundtrack that was released. I even think it's on Spotify.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to look it up.
I know it was released on iTunes, and it's really good. The guy who does the music, and he's called Christian Björklund, and he's a really good artist. And I actually used to work with him. I started work with him when I was 19 years old, so that's like more than 20 years ago.
5 years ago, don't lie.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of really good stuff. He used to. Do you know Avalanche Studios in Stockholm, the one that just Cause? He was part of the whole studio there and did a lot of music for them, and worked on national TV. He's really, really good guy. Yeah. Excellent music.
Maybe I'll do the unboxing today. I have maybe some sort of like double feature of Zoink, the podcast and an unboxing. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you any plans for a physical copy of Flippin' Death? I know people want to see it on Switch, a physical copy. And if not, obviously going to be downloadable, but...
Yeah, no, we are already talking to a publisher about this. The guy who did the Rising Star guys, who did the PlayStation 4 of Zombie Vikings.
Yeah.
I'm really eager to do it, and we have a close relationship with him. So, yep. They're already looking into this, and hopefully we'll do a boxed version and have it. We hope we're gonna have it ready for day one release. That's something we're still trying to figure out and how we're going to do it. And it's quite new for them too, because they haven't actually released any Nintendo Switch titles boxed before, so it's something they have to figure out too.
And we're hoping to do physical releases for more platforms as well, but nothing's set in stone yet. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, so and I really like we've been talking to some guys called Limited Editions. Do you know those guys?
Is it?
Wasn't it Limited Run?
Oh yeah, Run. Yeah, Limited Run. Yeah.
Limited Run. Yeah. They wanted to do a boxed version of Stick It to the Man for PS Vita.
So Count me in.
There you got Barry.
Yeah.
You have a sale.
So yeah, they're really eager to do that. So I'm trying to figure that out. So we'll there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think it's going to work out really good. Yeah.
They also do physical copies of soundtracks, if I'm correct.
Sorry?
They actually do physical copies of CDs, soundtracks of for games and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to do an LP. I would like to do that.
Yeah, or even like some sort of vinyl, would be actually pretty nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, vinyl.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or a cassette.
I like these giant artwork pieces,
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Now, have you any plans for maybe some figures, of Flippin' Dead for the Switch?
Yeah. We're working on some new merch stuff with a new partner. I don't know how much I can say about that, but there is definitely going to be some new merch options coming up.
Yeah.
For all our titles, I think.
Yeah. If this goes through with them, which I hope, I think there's going to be a lot of really cool new T-shirts and other stuff too that we're going to produce. Really, they do a really amazing quality. I hope it seems like it's going the right way, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, we'd love to do some figurines and something like that, but it's just really, it's a complicated business and it's really expensive to do. So we need to wait for somebody who wants to help us do it. So we can't do it on our own, basically.
Yeah.
So if you know someone, just send them to us.
Yeah.
I might actually. I'll see if I know anyone. Your latest Q&A was pretty interesting. It was hilarious for me because you mentioned me at the end, my actual question.
Of course.
Of all things to ask, I know. Yeah. Have you any exclusive info you can tell me that you haven't told the public yet? Of Flippin' Death.
Well, you have some characters there in the background.
Even the name of a new character you want to tell me or something, or
I guess that
peer pressure.
Yeah, I don't just know what feels big enough for you, but I mean, I guess is it new that Dr. Brome is in there?
No, it's not new. We've already said that.
Oh, we already knew that. Okay. Sorry.
There's maybe we can say I just choose something. It's actually there's an alpaca in the game. We haven't told anyone about that. So
what is it?
Yeah, we're putting a zombie alpaca in the game.
Okay.
It's not that. I don't know if it's that interesting. I don't know.
But it's you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That'll do. Yeah. You heard it here first anyway, so. Now, I guess before we wrap things up, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Say hello to?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
No, I know.
I just want to say thank you to you, Barry, for supporting us through all this time. You were actually this was actually one of the first podcasts we did.
Yeah, and nearly 2 years ago, if I'm correct, next month,
Klaus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. No,
because that was about when I started working here. I know I asked on Twitter, is anyone want to do a podcast with us? And we did the Warp Whistle podcast first, but then I think you were like second or something. So thank you for keeping up with us.
No problem. I love having you on, and it's like nearly 2 years since I had you on, Klaus. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Should do this more often.
You wish. Yeah. I'm giving shout outs to of course Warp Whistle there, Nintendo Guru Bobby as well, and Sean Capri. I want to say a big congrats to him and his wife for having a new baby boy.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Sean.
Hopefully he'll be like a mini Zoink nerd, whatever you want to call him, later on down the line.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The Nintendo dads, Toby Thornton, Mega dads, The Wolf Den, Bob and Will, Paul Lloyd and Gary Gray, Life of Gaming podcast, Nintendo Ninja News, Tom Taylorson, and of course Jonathan Cook, Pixie Cat, and of course my friends and your friends over at Image and Form, Brian and Julius, the guy who looks like Harry Potter, but he's not Harry Potter, but he thinks he's Harry Potter.
He is Harry Potter.
He
He's
is,
magic.
yeah. Now, I wonder if Julius went over to, where is it? Is it, well, Hogwarts in London? Is that what it is? You know, there's a Harry Potter place, isn't there, over there?
Yeah, the Harry Potter Studios.
Yeah, the studios. I wonder if he actually went over, you know, dressed up. Would anyone think it'd be Daniel Radcliffe? That'd be
Probably.
That'd be very funny.
Yeah. That would be really fun.
Yeah, guys. Now, as always, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it always, because I love you guys to death, flipping death, and no, sick of the puns. But anyway, where can we find it on social media?
You can find us on Twitter, Zoink Games, and Facebook, Zoink Games as well, and last but not least on YouTube, Zoink Games as well.
Nice
We're
one.
actually doing recording a new Zoink Games at a Zoink show this weekend. So if anyone has any questions for us regarding programming, just
I actually did send one in.
Our Twitter page.
You got one off me.
Yeah.
You got an if statement.
I saw something there. I can't read it, but I'll pass it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Before we go, the final question: have you got, like, you don't have to tell me now, but do you have sort of like a release date in your head that you want to release? Is it for this year or next year for the game? Have you anything in mind yet?
The big question.
No, like, you don't have to tell me the exact date, but have you anything in mind yet that you know yourself?
I do, but I don't want to say it.
That's fine, yeah. At least we know.
I don't want to disappoint people.
Yeah.
No,
Because I think we don't want to be mean when we don't say a date. Sometimes it feels like people think that we just want to be jerks. It's the opposite. We don't want people to be sad.
Just don't become No Man's Sky is all I'll say. Or No Man's Lie.
It's a little bit different for this game because it feels like for once we have, like, you know, we're not so, I mean, we have, you know, we can actually make this game really good, and we don't want to limit us with a time limit. So we just want to make sure that, okay, once it's done, then we'll release it, instead of like, oh shit, we said it was going to be released in November, and then like, well, we're not really finished, and we're going to push it out because people are expecting it. And I don't want to set that situation. I just want to really polish it and get it done properly. And then, okay, now I'm really sure that it's going to be ready, and then I can tell people. So more about that.
Okay, guys, you just said November. Thanks again. You can check us out. You can, of course, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Twitch, and for more Nintendo. And Zoink Games, keep it right here. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, stay fresh.
Thank you.